Lord for this opportunity to share my testimony. So, I was baptized in a Roman Catholic church. As a teenager, I was active in activities like Flores de Mayo, Simbang Gabi, Rosario, name it. At marami pang iba. Puro masasaya ang aking naalala dahil marami akong naging kaibigan sa church. Pero, despite this, I didn't know what salvation means. Ano yun? There was a turning point in my life and faith 10 years ago. It was the time when I found out that my dad was murdered. I had to ask God many times, why? You didn't even give me a chance to say goodbye, even just for a few seconds. I even hoped that it was just a nightmare. So I had many regrets. If only I given a chance to say I love you, Tay, but I didn't get a chance to do that. I was consumed by hatred and darkness in me that I wanted to take revenge. We lived in fear as a family, and I was in a state of depression for so many years, but no one ever noticed. Every time I revisit this chapter of my life, I get to be reminded of God's divine plan that at first I couldn't understand. Time went by, and that time when I could no longer feel that hatred in my heart, little did I know, was also the time when I've encountered Christ in my life. I could no longer feel that hatred in me. It's impossible that I could forgive him, but through Christ, I was able to forgive the man who killed my tatay. I realized that God has been using people in my life to remind me every time my faith goes weak. And it took me years to fully understand His divine plan. I thank the Lord for BICF, for this is a place where I heard and fully recognized what salvation means, the good news. So I got baptized last August 14th, and it's one of God's manifestations of His goodness in my life. My journey of being a Christian has just begun, and it's never been easy. The road is narrow. There are a lot of challenges, and I'm still far from being an ideal Christian. But through faith in Him, I already knew my purpose through BICF, and that is to serve Him even more in His ministry. I would like to end this with my favorite verse from Jeremiah 29:11. For I knew the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and future. Every time I'm in a challenging situation, I always find comfort in this verse. Regardless of what's happening, God can work through it to prosper and give us hope and rest in Him. All I have to do is believe. Thank you, everyone, and God bless us all.